We will be back in some form.
We have an army of digital soldiers because this was an insurgency.
Hundreds dead, thousands infected across multiple continents.
You guys know what this represents?
All the people that have gone out there against the mainstream media and said, you're going to call us racist, you're going to call us potential Timothy McVeighs, you are.
Well, we got some breaking news coming in. Might as well go ahead, and you probably saw the title of this. Is this a stock market crash happening before our very eyes? We're going to be getting to it. I was just making sure I had some AI hunters chasing me through the internet, and I was having to take my sweet little time so they wouldn't necessarily give us any type of shenanigan stuff. It's back to 2020, folks. Holla if you can hear me. Let me know where you're watching us from. Welcome to the party, folks, to PatriotPartyNews.com. I am your host, Chaz Carter, better known as Underground Patriot, coming to you live from the Wolf Den, folks. I see Alabama. Texas is in the house. Let us know where you are watching us from so we can flip the algorithm just a little bit. Make it a little spicy today. Oh yeah. It is totally on and popping. Get excited, ladies and gentlemen, because it's about dang time. Can I get an amen up in the house? Kansas, Minnesota, Jersey, I see you. Texas, Oklahoma, Iowa, Washington State, California, Nevada, Ozarks, Missouri. Let's see here. Well, not today, Jerry. Either you've had a very bad day or you're a bot. Don't take it the wrong way, because I can't take your text message any other way than that. Try it's on and popping, Tennessee, Lucedale, Mississippi, Louisiana, and let me give a special shout out to bad boy Bill Coons. Happy birthday, Bubba. Everybody give Bill Coons, I tell you, he's been with us since the beginning. Just an amazing individual, patriot. And I tell you what, we're very blessed to have him again. Merry birthday, I guess you could say, to Mr. Bill Coons on that. New Hampshire is listening. Good. Some people made it. Colorado, Minnesota, again, UK, not a bot. Thank you, Jerry. Fantastic. All right. Well, let me go ahead. Obviously, our website is thepatriotpartynews.com. You can help us out. The donation links are in the chats. Any help would be much appreciated. We are now officially really, you know how if you're in a really super fast car, have you ever been in a really super fast car and the seat belt looked like a race car driver's seat belt? Well, yeah, that's what you're about to put on, ladies and gentlemen. We've had one strap over here like a regular domestic driver. Now you're picking up the whole dad burn thing and putting it in. Get it locked in place. Make sure it's snug. Okay? Because today is going to be one of those shows that you have been waiting for a long, long time. Because we have facts that, regardless if they're manipulating it or not, it's going to happen. It's a fact. It's a trusted source. Be where the action is. Join.patriotshoot.com. Free trial. right now. Be in the door before it goes down. You'll understand why, depending on what happens with all of this today. And it's a developing story, so nobody can guess this. The man upstairs knows what's going on. No one's going to know the exact time. But darn it. Yeah. Kind of crazy there. Kind of crazy. All right, cool. So, see, Dallas just got into the studio. Let me, yeah, I know I'm catching you off guard. I didn't mean to. I'm running behind. Bear with me. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that. I was, man, every time I would start connecting everything up with what we do on our side, it would automatically disconnect it. Like it would not allow me to make any type of connections. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, because I was trying to mix up the time. Well, man, AI is a tricky thing. So I'm going to have to even be more creative with my pattern because it worked. And I was sitting here and I was like, man, I know people are going to be pissed, but I'm sorry. When you're telling the truth, this is what happens. They want to shut your ass down with the quickness. Hell, they give others the light of day because, well, let's be frank and let's be honest. Because it's not going to hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic enemy, right? It's a classic devil. If you're not threatening, him or his reign or his path that he's set the world on, he's not going to mess with you. But if you are in any way, shape, or form impeding his progress or his plan, then he's going to throw everything at you and at your family and at your friends and at your animals. I mean, he's going to do everything in his power to disrupt. And I was going to say this, I think on Monday or Tuesday, but people don't understand. And to be honest with you, Chaz, I don't understand fully, except for the few times where I've been the one pushing the start and the end button on these kind of things. Yeah. They don't understand. You can, like, well, why didn't Chaz just get set up earlier? Or why didn't he just start earlier? It doesn't matter. Like Chaz has everything ready to go. He has all of the websites up. He has all the links. He's spent 2 hours putting this thing together. He goes to take go to the bathroom or get a glass of water and comes back and the computer's turned off. It's froze up or he goes, this has happened to me more than once. He goes to hit connect, like turn on, start live stream and boop, and he has to reboot the whole thing. I've had my microphone just disconnect to the middle of a live stream. It's they are not playing, it's not everyday tech things.
Right.
That, it's, hey, make sure your computer's plugged in. Make sure you turned it on. Like, that's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about actual, people coming in and, my mouse cursor moving on my screen when I'm not touching anything. You know what I mean? Like, who's doing that? So, I've had my phone. I've had to totally hard set, or reset my phone more than once because I looked down and the other day or about a month ago, I looked down and my phone was scrolling through my apps and I wasn't touching it. Like it was sitting on the counter. Yeah. And, and I was like, oh, that's not good. So I turned it off.
You must get one of those new chips from Israel.
Not yet. But,
okay.
But
just checking.
Anyway, I'm just.
That sounds about like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm just saying, it's not done on purpose. And trust me, if Chaz could just, sit down, kick his feet back and hit go and everything worked perfectly every time, then we would never be late. But, that's not how it works.
So I apologize. This might be a famous actor I'm not aware of, but it's a pretty big deal, I think, in other countries as well. Anthony Head has passed away. For a second, I thought it was RoboCop. What's his name? But 1954 to 2020. 6. All right, so we got Insider Paper reporting first AI designed universal vaccine tested in humans. UK is doing this and running the trials. It looks like COVID-19 to me, except they got AI in that jucker. What are you going to try to turn them into the liquid Terminator? I mean, just asking for a friend. What's going on with this? You heard about this?
No, I don't even understand the context. So an AI designed the vaccine, or
the microorganism that's within that they've created. And it sounds sci-fi-ish, but I'm here to tell you the liquid can think.
That is terrifying.
And it's built in. The thinking it was built by AI. Now, that's what you're probably asking. Okay, how do you get AI into fluid? Well, I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that in layman's terms, that's what they've done. Now, I know we got a lot of people in the UK. If you guys have more information, let us know. I know you guys are being censored. UK is being censored hardcore right now. Some of them may not even be able to see our show right now when they normally could. So hopefully they can catch a rerun. If anybody's in the UK, let us know in the chat to give me an idea. Okay, Barry's saying he's in the UK. Good. Okay, good. All right. Nope, he says not playing. Not playing. Well, there you go. I'm still stuck on it, man, thinking about this. Maybe that's a good grok question.
Well, I mean, think about it. We know that the graphene oxide and the other nanoparticles that were in the original shot were self-replicating but self-assembling. So maybe this is just the next step, right? I mean, now you put in an actual AI processing component to it. So as it replicates and as it puts itself together, now you have something that can actually run it. And I don't know. I mean, I may never get a shot again, ever, of anything.
I'm not. Hey, I'm not, because of stories like this right here. You probably saw this. This was about 2 or 3 days ago. You don't see this nowhere.
No further disruptions. Our next witness is Dr. Aseem Malhotra. Dr. Malhotra is a multi-award-winning, internationally renowned British cardiologist. He served in an advisory role for health policy across governments, including as an ambassador to the Academy of Medical Royal Colleges and trustee of the King's Fund, a health policy think tank. He was ranked the #1 doctor in the world influencing obesity thinking, is named one of the UK's most influential scientists. Dr. Malhotra.
Thank you, Senator Johnson. In January 2021, indoctrinated with the unlikelihood of any major harm, I took 2 doses of Pfizer's mRNA vaccine, unaware at the time that it was, in fact, a prophylactic gene therapy product and unlike any traditional vaccine. Although I was at very low risk of serious illness from COVID-19 due to my age and perfect metabolic health, I was inoculated to protect my patients. As one of the UK's most trusted doctors, I was requested to appear on Good Morning Britain to help tackle vaccine hesitancy amongst high-risk ethnic minority groups. 5 months later, a personal tragedy triggered a complete U-turn in my perception of the vaccine. We were dealing with a medical product that was actually unsafe and defective. My fit and healthy 73-year-old father, Honorary Vice President of the British Medical Association, who also happened to be my best friend and last surviving member of my immediate family, died after suffering an unexpected cardiac arrest. Post-mortem findings revealed severe coronary artery disease, and subsequent published mechanistic evidence suggested that 2 doses of the mRNA COVID vaccine likely caused a massive acceleration in atherosclerosis, leading to his sudden death. In 2022, I published a 2-part peer-reviewed paper in the Journal of Insulin Resistance, calling for a moratorium on these unsafe and defective products. The most damning evidence was a reanalysis of Pfizer and Moderna's original trials. It determined a frequency of serious harm from the product that was 2 to 4 times more likely than being hospitalized with severe COVID. In my view, if the system had been more transparent, this prophylactic gene therapy would likely not have been injected into a single human being in the first place. Although there is now a multitude of high-quality research supporting those analyses, there's been predictable little to any mainstream media coverage, a symptom of the downstream effects of how big corporations exert their power by controlling the dominant narrative. I have personal experience with these downstream effects. Towards the end of last year, at the Reform Party political conference, I quoted Britain's most eminent oncologist, Professor Angus Dalgleish. He believes that the COVID mRNA vaccine likely played a significant role in cancers of members of the royal family. Predictably, I was smeared and misrepresented in the media. Even the British Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, misled Parliament, suggesting that I'd claimed that all vaccines cause cancer. In quotes, "These dangerous conspiracies cost lives," he said. I also experienced public smears and attacks from influential sections of the medical profession. I'm a grieving vaccine-injured doctor. I've been diagnosed with a persistent autoimmune condition related to loss of bifidobacteria in my guts, and advanced blood tests suggested I'm at slightly increased risk of cancer in the short term. Looking at the totality of up-to-date evidence and what you've heard from eminent witnesses today, in my view, millions of Americans and millions more across the world may be in clear and present danger of suffering premature cardiovascular disease and cancer. Without allowing all scientists to debate this openly, without fear of censure, we will not be able to identify who is most at risk and how these risks can be mitigated. When it comes to making money, multinational corporations have been diagnosed by preeminent forensic psychologist Dr. Robert Hare and law professor Joel Bakan as legal entities that fulfill the criteria for psychopathy. Characteristics include callous unconcern for the safety of others, incapacity to experience guilt, repeated lying, and conning others for profit. The evidence presented here today exposes the corporate tyranny underlying public health practice. This profitability over people rooted in the neoliberal economic model has led to trust being an all-time low in the medical profession. A full public apology from government bodies and medical leadership to the vaccine injured and bereaved is an essential first step in restoring that trust. Tyranny emerges when people are afraid to say what they think. When you have something to say, silence is a lie. When everyone lies all the time, the tyranny is complete. To save the health of the American people and to save democracy, it is our responsibility to expose, resist, and dismantle the era of corporate tyranny we currently find ourselves in. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Malhotra. Our next...
So you get the idea. It's not, a lot of this is no shocker, Dallas. We've known about this obviously for years on end. It's now taken this long to really get to this level, but no mainstream media outlet at all. I have not seen this at all. Well, I'm not saying I don't watch it. Has anybody else seen this by chance in any mainstream media at all? And if you have, let us know. So I want to make sure we're accurate in what we're saying here, but I haven't seen it.
No, they're not reporting this at all, Chaz. And the reality is, it's kind of what we've been talking about all week is on the other side of the spectrum of belief in regards to vaccines in general, but this vaccine to be specific.
Yeah.
There is no changing somebody's mind. You know, I mean, I've told the story several times about the discussion / argument I had with my mother-in-law, who is a nurse, who literally said, "You're never going to change my mind." Irregardless to all of the facts and all of the proof and all of the peer-reviewed articles and all of the doctor's testimonies and all of the autopsy results, like I have laid out all of the proof, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of of factual, backable, researchable, verifiable forms and proofs, and she just refuses to change her mind because she was taught in medical school that this is what it is and this is how it works, and there's nothing that I can do or say. And that's where we find ourselves right now, but it's on both sides, right? And it's sad. I don't particularly get it because I've always had that brain and that mind that was like, well, like I know what you just said, but could it be this, or hey, I read this and it kind of contradicts what you just said. Let's have a discussion about it. Are you going to change your mind? Maybe, maybe not, probably not. But if you have compelling arguments, you can change my mind. Like that's the difference between me and so many others out there is if you provide enough statistical and factual and verifiable and provable information,
Right.
there's a good chance I might change my point of view or my stance on something. But you have to be open to it in order to even consider it, right? But
let me interject and piggyback on what you're talking about on this morning's show. And I thought about this and I prayed about this. I said, Lord, what's the best way to be able to explain where you can go and get really some true facts? Well, for starters, if I asked this in this morning's chat, how many people have actually read the whole entire big, beautiful bill? Let's start there. Skimmed over it, saw a little bit of it, but no, not from start to finish. I'm going to ask the same question in the chats here. You can go to congress.gov, pull it up, and read it. It is very long and boring, but I want you to pay very close attention to a section called the Genius Act. You know how we were just talking about AI?
mm-hmm.
It's called the mark of the beast, ladies and gentlemen. That's what artificial intelligence is that they're putting into our bodies. That's the mark of the beast, meaning you can go buy something, you touch it with just your fingertip. You don't have to have a chip in your fingertip because your whole body is a freaking chip, okay? And it will be able to also be able to read your mind, so many other things that we've always been told. Go look at it. Go read it. It was signed off. Some of it, some things in there is good. Okay. We're not going to say that it's all bad, but for one thing that's good, you got about 2 to 3 items that's bad.
Well, and on the flip side of that, Chaz, you could have 99 things that are awesome and one thing that is catastrophic.
Right.
And it makes the whole thing catastrophic, right? If that one thing takes away our freedom of speech, our freedom, our rights to protect ourselves, our rights to voice our concerns and our disdain or distrust for our government. If one of those, if that takes away those things, then the whole bill sucks because all the 99 good don't mean a hill of beans if you have no freedom, if you have no rights, if you have no ability to protect yourself and your friends and you know what I mean? Like, so.
I've never heard this. Shirley's saying here, the Genius Act also allows the QFS. I've never heard that before. Dallas, what's your thoughts on that? Have you heard anything like that?
I mean, yes, that's the narrative, right? Like,
there's somebody else out there that is saying that. Sorry,
but it looks bad, but it's going to be good, right? The QFS is not what we were told 2 or 3, 4 years ago, right? It's not this super awesome, fancy bank account that allows you to make, be totally encrypted and it's unhackable. The QFS is literally blockchain. That is what the QFS is. The QFS, the quantum financial system, is a high-tech blockchain tracking system. That is it. It's not a fancy bank account. It's not a savings account where you store your money. It's literally high-grade blockchain tracking. That is all the QFS is. All of the other bullshit that we've been told about the QFS is not true. It's completely irrelevant, and not even factually based in anything. It's all hearsay and it's all wishful thinking. The QFS is a quantum level blockchain tracking system. It is specifically and only designed to track transactions, to verify, false or what is the word? Bad things, right? Like buying a kid or sex trade or sex trafficking or something like that. Nefarious transaction. That is all the QFS is. All the other things we've been told about the QFS, it's all fictitious, smoke and mirrors. The QFS is literally just a quantum level, high grade blockchain tracking system. That's what the QFS is.
So what you're seeing here is they're saying just in over 1 trillion wiped out of the U.S. stock market in the first 2 hours of trading today.
Yeah,
and,
it's dropping like a rock. Now it was up over 51,000.
Look at that madness. Let me get that on the screen. There you go. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah. And
well,
hey, if you haven't bought silver, you need to go to our website at PPN and buy some silver. It's under $70 an ounce right now.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's coming in hot, bro. It's coming in hot. Now, like I said early on, I said, it doesn't matter if it's manipulated, which we know the stock market is heavily manipulated, but it's by design. This looks like a Black Friday scenario. This looks like this is actually Black Friday, dude.
And it's got to drop another 2,000 points, but yes.
Not that far away. It's not that far away. And as much as it's dropped already like that, look at that.
Yeah.
That's the most I've seen it drop. And for me, when's the last time you've seen it drop this low?
Yeah, not this much in a single day.
Right.
It's let me pull it up. Hold on. So it's almost a point down. So it's 0.75% of a point drop, right? Which is equivalent to $385, right? So, if it's really Black Friday, when it closes, it's going to be right now it's 51,176, which how it got up over 51,000 is nuts, right? Like that doesn't even make sense. From Friday or today's the 5th. So yesterday at the close is 50,736. And then somehow today it skyrocketed all the way up to 51,627. Like, holy guacamole, Batman,
Volatile.
Yeah. So, it was 51,332 on the second, dropped down to 51,021 on the opening of the third. Yesterday was a pretty crappy day, or 2 days ago was a crappy day, but it's shaping up. The NASDAQ is down $747. The NASDAQ is down 2.77, and the S&P 500 is down 1.62%. So, yeah, I was strictly looking at the Dow Jones because the Dow Jones is pretty much the whole market, where the NASDAQ and S&P are pockets of the bracket. But 2.77, that's big. But man, let's bring it on.
I put the AI vaccine thing or whatever inside the Patriot Shoot in the Underground Patriot newsroom. So the link is up from what me and Dallas were just talking about before this. Sorry about that. Yep. It's Vandersteel shared this morning, and Vandersteel was talking about this guy Jack Prendelty. U.S. oil and petroleum product inventories just hit a 22-year low. The last time stockpiles were this low, the iPhone didn't even exist. It said 48 hours ago, Exxon Mobil's SVP Neil Chapman told CNBC that inventories were heading to really, really super low levels, and physical Brent would move to probably about $150 to $160 a barrel in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And that was even them even knowing about the straits about to be closed. So can you imagine what we're about to see?
Well, and what do we know that our government, right? And again, I'm not throwing stones because I want to be throwing stones. I'm just pointing out the deliberate actions, right? What do we know that our government has done in the last 2 weeks? They have shipped hundreds of thousands of barrels of our oil, our reserves, to Japan, to China, to like they're shipping them all overseas because they're trying to capture the global oil market while the straits are closed, right? Well, what did that do to our reserves? It put them in a 30-year low. And now what are they saying? Oil is going to be $150, $160, $170 a barrel. That means that our gas prices are going to double in the next 2 months.
Yes.
Double. So we're paying $4 a gallon for regular in Dallas. That means gas is going to be $8 a gallon. Right? And maybe it doesn't hit 8, but holy shnikes, Batman. Anything over 5 is devastating, right? So we did that to ourselves. And remember, it doesn't matter how much oil we produce in the United States. None of our refineries can process the clean oil we're pulling out of the ground. Our refineries are so old that they can't take it. It's too clean. It's with fracking and the water and all that stuff, it's too clean. Right. We have to ship all of our crude overseas to other distilleries, which are being destroyed on a daily basis, so that we can then ship it back to the United States to use. We can only refine like what's called dirty crude, right? Which is what they're pulling out of the Middle East and the desert regions.
Right.
And they're using technology that's 20 years behind, right? So our refineries, 203 of them, there's 200 of them now, because three of those bastards have been blown up in the last month and a half. But the 200 refineries we only have one that can take the modern version of crude that comes out of the ground in the United States. All the rest of them are refining other countries' oil, right? So this is a self-perpetuating cycle that our government is helping with. I mean, it's being a part of. So this is a global event, but our government is taking part in it. And I don't know what you make of that. But I know what I make of it, but I'll let you make up, not you, but I'll let the listeners make up their mind. But when gas hits $6, $7, $8 a gallon for the whole country, because it's already $8 a gallon in California, but when it hits $6 or $7 or $8 a gallon for the entire continental United States, our entire economy will shut down, Chad.
Well, that's what I was talking about. A lot of us always want unity. We always want unity in this movement. And it's in the constant splintering that has been happening over and over again. Okay. They're winning by doing that. How we win all of this and speed this up to where everyone's like, oh my God, it's really going to happen, is if we all are unified completely. Now, we're not going to agree on everything, but we can unify. For instance, we said, hey, is there a way we can get 10 million people rounded up right now? So many people are watching us now. If we can get 10 million people to commit to, let's test it out one day. Dallas, let's test it out one day and just say, hey, if we were to pick a day where you don't buy any groceries, you don't buy any gas for your vehicle whatsoever, you don't buy anything, and you just prepare for that, so that day you don't buy anything, if we're able to pull off the numbers, it would take roughly 10 million. You get 10 million people do that, watch what happens. Yeah. If you did it for a week, could you even imagine there'd be companies going under?
Well, and that's, one of the comments is, we knew this was going to happen. Yes and no, right? I mean, if the absolute collapse of the United States economy means you and your family lose your home and you're now out on the streets as this new system comes into the system. Well, what good is the new system, right? If you can't buy gas to go to work, to earn a paycheck, to buy groceries and put food on the table, and your kids and your wife and they go starving, well, then that's a shitty plan. Like that's my point. Is like if it gets so bad that it destroys the entire economy and everybody is homeless and everybody is begging for scraps on the streets, well, then that's a really crappy plan. And I don't care who orchestrated it. You can't tell me that's a good plan. So yes, is there disruption? But it's not even concern. My hiccup is what if the what if the plan was never for it to flip? Right? What if that is the actual plan and we just been lied to? Well, then we're all kind of SOL because we're set on our hands. We've done nothing this whole time. You've got to prepare. You've got to be ready, and you got to be willing to do what Chaz is saying. I mean, I think we do it. I think we do it soon. I mean, how does next Tuesday sound? I don't know if we can get it over.
Will that work for you?
But
here, let me put it in my calendar right now. Listen, nothing.
If we don't take
nothing
charge,
Nothing Tuesday. That's a great name. Nothing Tuesday.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Who else likes that in the chats? It seemed like it was pretty positive. Everybody in the morning show and Patriot Shoot was like, "Oh my gosh, that'd be great!" And I can't even take credit for it. It was one of our awesome members. So if I'm not giving you a shout out, I'm not doing it on purpose. But anyway, somebody in Patriot Shoot, and then next thing you know, it started traveling like wildfire. And I was like, I looked over at Jen. I said, "All right, Jen, well, we're going to have to see if we can round up about 10 million people and see if they're truly wanting to do it."
Well, Tuesday is the 9th, so let's make 9th the day that we take back our world. And if they're going to crash the system, at least let's have our hand on the steering wheel. Like
you're saying
if it's going to crash, I want to be part of I want to be steering the boat. So. Yeah, Tuesday the 9th.
Is that what you're saying? June 9th, the whole day of June 9th? Is that what
yep.
that's Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it's next Tuesday, 4 days from now.
All right. You got 4 days. If you want to put some things back for a day, plan on doing that. Man, the chats are freaking going crazy saying, heck yes. Okay. People are putting it in their calendars, Dallas.
It's on mine. I just added it.
So what you're seeing here, I believe, was part of the Samson option,
Yes.
the Net Zero Fusion project. That's what they call it, but it's Samson for nuclear disaster when everything else fails. Now I'm seeing Iran still attacking. I'm still seeing, and from what we're seeing, and yes, there's fake stuff out there, but then again, you sit there and you wonder, okay, why are we not going in then if they're not a threat? They are a threat. They have leverage. We've already heard about being said about hostages. I mean, we're now hearing about what just happened in California. You know what I'm talking about with Iranian nuclear parts.
Well, they stole another election. Well, I mean, we haven't talked about that. They stole another election in California. 24,000 mail-in ballots come in the morning. Zero for the guy leading.
You talking about Spencer? You talking about the mayor race or which
yeah, I think it's the mayoral.
You know what's going to happen in results. So does Trump, because Trump is pretty upset about it. But what I can't understand, Spencer Pratt, exactly. By the way, he was on the MTV. Remember years ago, he was on the MTV reality show or something.
Yeah.
I think him and his wife, if I'm not mistaken, it was kind of funny.
Yeah. They're the reality couple.
Yeah.
They were.
Right. And then you got them. Have you heard anything else about supposedly some freaking audit they're going to do for Massey because of those mail-in ballots? Have you heard about this?
I have not heard
'Cause
specifics.
I'm trying to find a link on it, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's necessarily true, but I'm trying to find a link on it because everyone is talking about it right now.
Well, I mean, Massey, there's 10,800 mail-in ballots brought in early in the morning,
right?
and the guy beat Massey by 10,267 or something like that, right? So the guy got almost all of them. In this particular case, with the Spencer Pratt, 24,000 ballots get counted. Zero go to anybody else. All 24,000 go to the incumbent so she can keep her spot, right? Like that is, I mean, it's literally impossible.
That's right. Lewis Herms is also running for governor. If you're in California, vote for Lewis Herms. Good dude.
Yep. And he's making some waves, Chaz. He's getting some traction, and he's starting to get some publicity. So, yeah, keep it up.
Yep. That's good. We're on the right track. Now we need is to have some pedophiles arrested, and we'll be right on track. You know what I'm saying? So,
amen.
So that happens. I guess you need to put up or shut up, right? Is that how it works here? There you go. All right.
Hey, brother, have a great weekend, man.
Hey, you too, man. God bless. See you.
Bye.
Another one in the box, folks. Again, as always, it's about that time. You want to know where patriots are really talking about stuff, where you don't have to worry about being kicked off your social media. Come to the safe place. Come to the place you're going to be getting the truth, left and right. Join.patriotshoot.com. Join.patriotshoot.com. So there you go. God bless the Republic of the United States of America. God bless you, patriots. Without you folks, there is no America or world for that matter. Take care.